Jim was on our advisory board in 1970 as well. And on a cold, rainy day in November of 1970, we gathered around a machine, something like that, and put in the first spade. That's not a spade. Put in the first groundbreaking of this total campus. It was over just in front of the Lorson building. A cherished memory. And thanks to Jim, we moved on from there. Third person is in the crowd here. He's a fellow named Otis Parker. And I wish you'd raise your hand, Otis. Keep it up there a minute. He's a graduate of Harvard. What's he doing here? He is the representative of all of higher education. That's where higher education began in 1620, was it? In Cambridge, Massachusetts. And so Otis represents a lot more than just himself. But that's important. The next thing I'd like to refer to is the original master plan. I wanted to mention that with Louise Stout. That was prepared by Gilbert Associates, and to a large extent it's being followed today. That was prepared in 1970. And the university has been inspired by that master plan ever since. Finally, I want to thank every one of you who has been involved one way or another. All of you are involved in the development of this campus. It's a vision that is still out there, big time, and there's going to be a lot of action stemming from you and this building. I'm so pleased with all I see. And the faculty, raise your hand, faculty, if you will. You're the driving force of this campus. And we appreciate all you have done and all you will do in the future. Thank you.
Most of you, or many of you, have the program. There's something special about this. And also on your blue spruce, there's a little instruction tag. They're out of the same paper. If you tear this paper up, put them in a pot with soil and water, theoretically, you're going to get some wildflowers growing out of it. So give it a shot. Another piece for green environment. What would happen if you had the space to contemplate? What would happen if you had enough space for students to congregate and explore their options outside of the classroom? What would happen if you had space to create projects that could be used by local businesses? What would happen if you had your own office? Maybe TMI. What would happen if you were surrounded by beauty and cutting-edge technology? For 8 years, it has been the dream of Penn State Berks to create an environment that would stimulate the senses and encourage creative thinking and learning. The university eventually said yes, but we were challenged with raising $3 million of that cost. We were fortunate and blessed to have an angel in the wings who believed in Penn State Berks and was planning on donating half of his considerable estate to us. When he learned of our plans for the building and the need for the money, he made available to us some of those funds and certainly made it public so we could count the full amount for the progress of the building. Harold Freimer was a delightful man, unassuming, brilliant, but also somewhat solitary. He was the great uncle, distant uncle, grandmother's cousin for Dr. Anardi. But she helped us develop that relationship with Harold, and I'm so blessed to have had an opportunity to get to know him. Unfortunately, Harold passed away a few years ago, and he can't be with us today physically. But I know he's smiling right now, maybe dancing with Gene Kelly, his former roommate at Penn State. Even so, his generosity to Penn State, Berks, and our engineering program has allowed us to make it to this point today. Not surprising, there have been several roadblocks that have landed in the way of our building, and Greg made reference to those. But that's in the past. Those are behind us. We're here now, moving forward. We are able to work with the architects, and they were able to take our vision and our ideas and our needs and put them together in an incredibly gorgeous design. I want you to think about it. There's a stake up on the hill over here. Another one back a little further. Those are the points of the farthest reach. There's a stake right here. And then there are some stakes behind you, 2 of them, forming the projection of the 3-story wing of the building. You get an idea of the scope and the size that this building is going to create. Today, we symbolically break the ground for the beginning of the construction of the Beist in the east. Together, we've all had opportunities for input in the design of the building. Together, we will watch and plan for our future, and together, we will open new doors for our students and for the fulfilling of our land grant mission to teach the masses and to reach out to the community. The blend of business, engineering, information science, and technology with a taste of hotel, restaurant, and institutional management has given rise to the entrepreneurship program and our commitment to serving the community. We could not have reached this point without the outstanding work of so many, and we won't be able to complete it without continued work of all of us. We have been patient. We'll be patient for just a little bit longer, but our anticipation and our hopes are high. And quite frankly, I can't wait any longer. Let's break some ground. If I can get the 6 of you to come over to the shovels, the 3 of you to go to the shovels, Lion, we'll get you in the second wave. Got it? So if, let's help these folks. Thank you. An arm. Okay. Oh, well, I need a new knee. So. Do you? Oh. One enough? Grab it from you.
So nice that you could make it today.
If you can remember when you see them, they say hi to Chris Berks.
Oh, okay.
Went
Yeah,
to school with his sister at Muhlenberg.
Oh, really?
I'm glad you guys are down here. That work up at Muhlenberg is tremendous.
Oh, yeah. We're in the middle of one there right now. It's going to be a neat project. No, not much. It's not like this. Go ahead, Greg. Go ahead. So that stuff was just for show back there. I thought they were going to actually dig it up a little bit. I thought Dr. Scott was going to get up into
This
that
is more of a
cab up
groundbreaking
there.
that you usually say, right?
Yeah.